I think the tables and turn. Forget the bridge we don't build this time. I let them up.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. It's Wilson. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Fighting through it, he's got space. The Trump, and his first carry, he loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Andre Cisco there on the stop. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to get.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Deron Payne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at about the 14. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Off the play fake, Weston. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Weston. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And this one will be brought back to the 22. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And some room to roam now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
To throw on 3rd down. Weston toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Pettis now on the return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Weston going out wide, finds Chubb. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. These two teams all tied after one. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Wiggles free. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A gain of 7. First down in Seattle.
This is Carson. Powerful running. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
Browns 14. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action. Weston. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Weston. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st and 10, Weston. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Weston. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw him a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They go play action with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Malone. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Play action. Now Wilson. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st down, it's Hunt. Pushes past him, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing is Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the 1st half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. On 2nd and goal, Wilson steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They run it with Carson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the 2nd half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the 2nd half here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the 2nd half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Pettis now on the return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Weston. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Back to throw. Weston. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Well, the drive starts with a completion left side, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They run right side with Hunt, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They go play action now. Wilson swings this out for Hunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Wide 2nd down, right back to Hunt. Uses the stiff arm. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On second down, right back to Hunt. Fighting through. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pettis now on the return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 76 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Weston. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw. Weston. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. To throw on 2nd down, Weston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And this one is right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he was able to get in there and make a great play.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hunt. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
14. On first down, it's Hunt. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Wilson. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. So close to an NFL record, but denied by the crossbar.
And you have to feel bad for him, don't you? He squeezed every last inch out of that kick. Oh, I thought he had it, but you said it. He's denied by the cruel sound of the metal crossbar.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Weston is going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, Weston. This is the tight end, Njoku. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Wilson. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. It's caught by OBJ. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now, all through this one, they've had nothing but success throwing the football and in the passing game. Here we are in the 4th quarter, a time you'd think they'd be running the football. They're still tossing it around and having great success, and it appears a whole lot of fun as well.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt, and forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. 2nd and 14. Here's Wilson. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st down, Hunt. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the 38, Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Miles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's complete to Swain. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Hunt. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
So the victory here for